Hey, what's up? Thanks for coming to my channel. Hey, look, I'm doing something different this time with these cabinets. I've done other videos, but I've tried to fit it all in one video. This time I'm doing 3 parts to this video. So the first part, I went around and showed you the priming of the base and the wall cabinets, and we actually, this cabinet here is basically done. But what we did first was take all the hardware off all the doors and cabinets, and we put them in. We put them in this tub. You don't want to lose it if it's good. Anything you have that's good, you can reuse. So the next step was to get the bases, the wall and base cabinets, basically get them all primed, and we got 3 coats of the paint. This is the primer we're using gripper. Okay? Well, there's a couple different ones. This time I'm trying this gripper. Sometimes I'll use Kills, but I'm going to do gripper this time. And the cleaning lady was here. I had to fish it out of the trash. We're using, well, I got something on it. The next, I got to pick up another gallon. But this is the Bear paint. It's like $50 a gallon. It's specially made for cabinets. It's for cabinets and trim. It's an enamel. So after we get done doing the base and the wall cabinets, okay, and you know, go through the steps here. We sanded, and then I wiped it off. And you want to be sure if there's any big boogers on there to take your 5-in-1 or 9-in-1, whatever you have. There's so many different types now. And scrape that off and then sand it. So you don't want any boogers on your nice new cabinets. And also what we do is we do the back of the cabinets. So this has been primed, and I have 3 coats of the final cabinet paint on here. Okay? The reason for that is because on the final, I want to be able to put the hardware on here and have this dried up, because this stuff really takes overnight to dry. So between coats, I've been letting it sit overnight. Let it sit overnight. But on the final, I'm going to put the hardware back on and stick these back up, and then I'm going to put the final coat of the cabinet paint on the fronts. Because when you see them up in place, you may see some blemishes that you don't see when you're painting them down on the floor. Now you can paint, 3 coats on them and then still do the same thing. Now I'm going to paint 2 coats on the floor and done. Or 2 coats on the table, and then I'll put them up and do the last coat. Okay? So to review, we take all the doors off, all the hardware off, put them in the tub. Okay, and then we sand and wipe the base and wall cabinets and the back of the doors. Then we take and primer everything, let it sit overnight. A general statement I go by is haste makes waste. So I get people running in here, even some of the people I work for, and they try to rush me. Okay, these cabinets are going to more than likely be here for another 15 years, 20 years, who knows. So if they're going to be here for that long, let's do a good job and take the time that it takes to do that job. That's what I believe. And there's so many times, when I tell people that, and they'll smash their car doors on their car because they're in a rush getting somewhere with the trailer, and who knows. I mean, it just is not worth rushing around and trying to do 100 things in a day when you can only accomplish 10. But anyway, to get back to the main event here, we got all the base and wall cabinets, okay, in the back of the doors. So right now, I'm sanding the front on these doors. Okay, the basic reason for sanding is to get off the sheen. You want to get the sheen off of the finish on the old doors so that your primer has something to stick to. Okay, and then after that, make sure you got it all sanded, and you'll see like the dust coming off of it. Okay, so you're gonna have a rag. Where'd my rag go? For some reason, my rag has grown legs and left the building. So anyway, take a rag. Okay, you got another rag here. Take a rag and wipe all this off. Okay, once it's clean, then in these edges, take yourself a small brush. Okay, and get your paint right down inside of there. You want to get all the cracks. Get all the cracks in this woodwork here. And then for the final, you want to have a foam brush. You get these at Home Depot. But you want to do all this right away because you don't want the brush marks in the front of your doors or on your cabinets. So you're going to take your foam brush and roll out all the brush marks. And also you want to get the brush marks out of this trim work here on the doors on the fronts. Make sure you got it in all the cracks and all, because that's what really makes it look nice. Like I always say, it's the small little things that people notice. Okay, so you want to make sure you got all these brush marks out and hit the sides here. I got half the side on the bottom half, and then when I do the top, I get the top half of the sides. Only because they're beveled. So you're going to want to make sure you get, you can use this foam brush. I mean, you can, go sideways with it or whatever to make sure you get all the cracks covered. Like I said, take your time. This is going up on your kitchen wall, so you want to make sure that it's all beautiful. Okay, so this is your door with primer on it. This is going to take and sit overnight, and then tomorrow I'll come back and make sure there's no blemishes. If there's blemishes, knock them off with your 5-in-1, 6-in-1, 9-in-1, whatever you got. And then you're going to paint over with the final coat. Okay? That's all for 2. I'll be back with part 3 and I'll show you the finished product. Thanks guys. I'm out.